Well, in this video, I'm just going to describe a few things that you probably do every day without even thinking about it that can really piss off other drivers. And most of this stuff is just nonsense crap that you're not really thinking about, and really an intelligent person would not get upset about it. But people are basically like dogs. Because people are animals, and you never know what's going to set them off. You go to a mall or something, accidentally look at somebody the wrong way, or you're not even realizing you're looking at somebody, they get upset. A woman sees you passing by, she automatically thinks you're interested in her, and she chases you down and starts yelling and screaming at you, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But anyways, here's the driving thing. Okay, this person gets to a stop sign. As this person is going, you now reach the stop sign. You stop at the stop sign. You're not going too fast. You're going below the speed limit, actually, and you're about to stop as this person's going. So this person's, they lay into the horn because they panicked and thought you were going to run the stop sign. And it's the same as when you're driving along here, and another person's coming, about to get into that lane, and you're going to go in this turn lane as you're supposed to and wait for them to pass. But this person again panics. Of course, they're right here. I'm sorry. They're way back here. They panic, even though you're going to wait for them to go, and they start laying into their horn. Of course, here's what I do. I see someone coming this way, and if I'm able to, I go into the next lane. The reason why, that way just helps them. They can stop and go in that lane. I try to, when I do things, I try to think, when the thing, how is my actions going to impact someone else? Whether I'm driving, walking through a store or whatever, you go in a store with your cart here, and another person comes and they just immediately got to get in front of you, and now you have to go around. I would never do that to someone, but you know how majority of people in this world are. Now here's another one. Okay, you could be parked behind a person, red stop sign, light, whatever, it doesn't matter. But you're stopped. Now, of course, you're like me. You have degenerative arthritis in your neck. And you're just just cranking your neck, moving your neck left to right or whatever. Like I've shown in some of my other driving videos. And this dumbass thinks that you're doing it because of them. And they'll flip you off and do all this crap. You don't even realize it. Or, another thing is you're trying to pass gas. So you kind of lift yourself up, you're kind of making a little face or something. And again, the person thinks it's an attack on them. You could even be driving at the time. You're not like this close to them. Well, I hope you don't drive that close to somebody. But, hopefully you at least give a couple car lengths, follow the 2-second rule, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Or like if they're right here, you pass that after you get the 2, 1,000, That's how you should be doing it. I hope that's how you drive, but I know majority of people won't do that. They like to be around someone's ass. But, that's, how a lot of people are. If you're watching this video, most likely it's not towards you. If you think it is, then it is. One of my favorite things, okay, you got to make a turn. Someone's behind you. You turn on your turn signal like you're supposed to. It just happens a lot in Miami, but more than any other place I've ever driven. But it happens in a lot of other cities too. You need to make a turn. You're either going to need to make this type of turn, or you're making this turn, right or left. It doesn't matter. But you have your turn signal on. You're slowing down. This idiot will come almost hit you and honk their horn. You're not slamming on your brakes or anything. You're doing it properly, following the freaking law. But this jackass wants to almost hit you and lay into their horn. Or they're tailgating you the whole time as you got to do it, and they lay into their horn. You're pissing that person off. You haven't done nothing wrong. It's their fault. They're overly aggressive jerks. But that's just how it is. All they can do is think of themselves. They believe that they are the most important thing in the world, which they, of course, are not. Of course I could make this video hundreds of minutes long, hundreds of hours long, but I'm not going to do that. Yawning, burping, whatever. Those things can also get people, because they think it's towards them. Because for some reason, people always think that other people's actions are towards them. Like earlier I mentioned the female thing. Well, like if you're a woman, you'll notice that if you just smile quick at a guy. It has no meaning behind it. You're just, you might be uncomfortable or whatever. Or you're not thinking, you're just smiling. You don't realize that you're smiling at somebody. Then that guy automatically assumes you're attracted to him. And he starts harassing you. You tell him you're not interested, and he just doesn't give up. So let's face it, both men and women have to deal with crap from the other gender. But, or even the same. But anyways, that's my point. Mostly people are jerks. Let's face facts. It is. I'm sorry. And if you disagree with me, obviously people that get a thumbs down are the jerks. We're going to say that. They're the ones they're upset because they are the ones that, take everything seriously. Any little movement or look that someone gives, they assume it's an attack on them. Let me tell you something. Just because someone looks at you or even has an angry look towards you or whatever, does not mean they are thinking anything about you. They could have their mind on something else. Driving, please, you don't got to be so rude about it. And you don't need to cut someone off like this and then flip them off. I had someone do that, actually. I'm driving down. This lane goes, north, while this is going south. The center lane where I'm at goes straight. This jerk comes right in front of me. I don't give him any hand gestures. I don't even make a grimace, nothing. I'm not even thinking nothing of it. What does this jerk do? He flips me off. After he cuts me off, then he cuts this person off. Then he stopped in traffic because he's a dumbass. As I keep going, he's looking at me all innocent and kind of scared. Like, what the hell? If you're going to get scared, please don't do stupid things like that. Another time I was at Target. I remember I was at Target. I was trying to get this DVD. They didn't have it at Target, so I was going to go to Walmart. These two women, they rush to their car. As I'm going this way, have a right of way. They cut right in front of me, cut me off. And again, like I said earlier, I didn't give hand. I don't do that. I tried. Do not ever let people know you're angry with their driving. You just really don't want to do that because people are just going to get worse at their driving. But anyways, these females, they're going to Walmart too, just like I was, the same direction. So they get scared. They go this way, let me pass. And thinking I'm going to make some other turn. And they're in front of me. And this is the funny part. I thought this was hilarious. Okay, here's the turn to make the left turn into the street for Walmart. They go immediately there thinking that I'm going to drive off and miss them. Of course, I'm already going into that same area too, so I'm still behind them. They go into the parking lot. I go into the parking lot. They immediately leave the parking lot, go back on the main street while I park somewhere, go to Walmart, get my DVD, and go home and have a nice evening. If they were not driving like jerks, that would not have happened to them. That's why you don't want to be a jerk, because then you got to worry about someone chasing you, coming after you, or whatever. And please don't do that. There's no point in chasing after someone, getting angry. Road rage isn't going to help. You're not going to win. You could end up getting shot or stabbed or end up in prison. It ain't worth it. You can cause the other person to crash, and you're going to be in huge trouble. Or you could crash, and you'll end up in trouble. It isn't worth it. It seems like that's why I absolutely, positively hate driving. I despise it. If I don't have to drive, I'm not going to drive. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It's like one of the worst things in life is driving, because people are horrible. And it's true. You may not want to admit it, but it is true. People, it's like anything sets them off. They purposely want to drive super slow, or they want to tailgate, run red lights, and all this other stuff they do. And you never know what you are doing that's setting another person off, because you're minding your own business. There's no cars in front of you or beside you. And another person comes behind you, nearly rear ends you, when they could just simply come around and pass you a safe distance. Of course they won't do that. They'll come around, nearly rear end you, come around, pace you a little bit, get upset, cut you off, and hit the brakes a little bit. Because they're jerks and everything. When I was younger, I was going over 85 miles an hour. I don't drive that fast anymore, but when you're young, sometimes you do stupid things. But anyways, I still, it was actually 90 miles an hour. But anyways, sorry, I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. This is like 30 years, well, not 30 years ago, but almost 25 years ago, 25. But, I still had a guy driving like this, tailgating me. Okay, at 90 miles an hour. And the whole road, 3 lanes, was completely clear. 3 clear lanes. No cars whatsoever. And this guy still tailgating. And he goes around eventually, and then, he doesn't like cut me off immediately, but he does that gesture like move over. Like, you didn't need to get behind me then, dude. And usually now what I do when someone's coming fast behind me, I try to switch lanes and let them go. And there's another thing that you can do that pisses someone off, and this is your fault. Someone's going a little bit faster on this lane, and you just come right in front of them, causing them to have to slow down. Just let them pass, all right? Well, anyways, stay safe driving. Be careful of other drivers. And bye. Have a good evening or afternoon or morning, and please be very careful. Bye.